the bench won the game for the Portland Trailblazers. And the difference between all these years, I just want to say, there's something different about this Portland team. And the difference is is they bench, and the bench has been performing a lot. The bench has really carried this team so far. It has really carried this team, and from if you look last year, they did not really have a strong bench. Even when they made the playoffs, even when they win the semis against when they beat the Houston Rockets, even though they was leading the Rockets two years ago, when it was leading the Rockets three games to none, and should have swept the Rockets and lost the series against the Golden State Warriors. They did not have a bench. It was just C.J. McCutcheon and Damian Lillard scoring. That's it. Now they have Cantor, they have brother Steph Curry, Seth Curry. Let me say his name right. Seth Curry. So they have a big man. They have depth, and Cantor, who I'm very happy for. I saw him. I'm very happy for him. He will work his butt off. He'll work his butt off, and he's a good addition for the Portland Trailblazers. So good for Cantor. I'm very, very excited and happy for Cantor that he's moving on to the second round. And I believe the more I think about it now, I think this series with Portland, either one of them could give the Warriors a run of its money. I believe they can. I think this year. I think the Rockets. Well, let's not talk about the Rockets and Warriors. That's in a discussion for another day. But I believe they could give a run of its money to the Golden State Warriors. I really do. And I believe this series might go 7. Don't be surprised if this series might go 7. I believe this series could go a little deeper than you expected. I really do. But it's going to be a lot of firepower. It's going to be a lot of firepower, especially. And Denver, as far as I'm concerned, when Nikovic, in his first season, I'm seeing Nikovic for the first time. This is the first time I didn't watch the Denver Nuggets the whole entire year because they don't get a lot of coverage. They don't really get a lot of coverage like that. They give the coverage to the Lakers, the Knicks, Celtics, teams like that. And he is very smooth for a big man. I mean, if you pay attention to his footwork, the way he moves in the basket, the way he penetrates. I mean, not specifically in this game yesterday, but in the other game, he was just so smooth. So smooth. He reminded me a little bit of, believe it or not, Akeem Olajuwon. Because Akeem Olajuwon was the smoothest big man I have ever seen as far as footwork, how he move, how he get to the basket. You saw I don't know if y'all remember. I don't remember. I know it was 1995, and it was the San Antonio Spurs against the Houston Rockets, and the way Hakeem Olajuwon moved and had his way with David Robinson, the Emerald, one of the 250 greatest players in the history of the game, is really, really remarkable. Really, really remarkable. But back to another. Am I pronouncing his name right? Anatovich. He's just moving. His feet work is just so superior. It really is. It really is. But the Denver Nuggets, I tell you, they might get it. They might go this year. Don't be surprised, folks, that this series gonna go 7. I believe it. I believe it can, and I believe it can. I really could. And tonight, the Raptors and the Philadelphia 76ers. I know it's going to be a hostile environment in Philly. The crowd is really going to be into it. It's going to be a loud environment. It really has. It's going to feel like the old Spectrum in Philadelphia. It really was. Every time when I watched the Philadelphia 76ers play, believe it or not, it reminded me the old Spectrum in Philadelphia before they built a new stadium. I don't remember what year. I don't remember what year it was, but I tell you, is really, really, is really going to be something. And I think Philly really got it. Philly really got to. Philly, the same thing they got to. Philly really got to get. They got to get JJ Redick. They got to get the shooters going. Ben Simmons got to get it going. And Shaq point that out on Inside the NBA. They really got to get. They really got to get going. If Philly don't get going, Philly don't get going. Toronto, I see Kawhi Leonard, Daniel Green, those boys. They're gonna take over and shut this place down, make this place quiet before halftime. And as far as the Raptors, you know, you know, gotta make your shots. You gotta make your shots. I really do. And fortunately, you don't make the crowd be a factor. Keep the quiet as keep take. You got to take the crowd out of the game. Simple as that. I don't. It's not. You got to take the crowd out of it. Otherwise, it's going to be another. It's going to be another. It's going to be another crowd getting involved, and it's going to feel like in football, Arrowhead Stadium. You know, yeah. When you go into a hostile environment like Philly, you got to take the crowd out of it. You got to take the crowd out of it and do it as early as possible, as far as I'm concerned. And yeah, that's pretty much it. But I expect Philly to like, give the crowd energy. The crowd will give the Sixers a lot of energy, and honestly, hopefully we get it. Hopefully, down the line, me personally, I don't know about you guys. I would love to see a classic Eastern Conference Finals between the Sixers and the Celtics. I really do. I really do. Two old franchises. One they haven't faced each other in the Eastern Conference Finals since '83. '83, and every time the Sixers and the Celtics face each other, is like Dr. J. It reminds me of Dr. J versus Larry Bird. Should be fascinating. Now, as far as the Celtics against Bucks don't play each other until game number 3, which is a long, like a 3 game, like a 3 day rest, which is good. Let's hope it doesn't affect the Milwaukee Bucks as they even the series at a game as they even their series at a game apiece. So let's see this series how long this series will go. The series might go 6, it might go 7. Who knows? The East is still wide open, and honestly, it's not the Eastern Conference is not the same without LeBron. That's just me. It's not the same without LeBron. But but with the Sixers and the Sixers and the Raptors, the only NBA game that's happening tonight. And as I mentioned, the NHL. I saw that. Let me touch on the Islanders for a second. The Islanders are down 3-0 against the Hurricanes, and um, they really this is everything. I watched the game a little bit. The Islanders Islanders look like it won the game, but in the end, Carolina just snatched the game away and separate themselves from the Islanders. And I think you gotta play with house on fire right now. You gotta play with house money. The season's on the line, and the Islanders know that. And let's see if they'll do something. Let's see if they do something. Let's just see. Um, let's just see for a second. And finally, this Sunday is the Kentucky Derby. You know, I think this is the earliest the Kentucky Derby has been. Usually, it happens in the middle of May, but not in the 1st of May. I mean, to me, it's too early. How can you have and don't have and don't have the horses. I didn't see no horses who's going to race outside of the Belmont and Aqueduct on if you live in the New York area, you have Channel 71. I don't see no horses whatsoever. None. Who's the favorite? Who's not the favorite? Who's the favorite to win? Who's not the favorite? We don't see that. But the Kentucky Derby this Saturday is this Saturday. And I don't know. I don't know. I don't know who to vote for, but I guess tomorrow we'll find out as Kentucky Derby week progresses. And with that, that is going to do it for this edition of Drew Mania Live. Thank you so much for listening. If you want to listen to this episode again, please go to Spreaker.com, type the keyword Andrew L. Perry, and now I have great news. My show is on. You can listen to my episode also on the Apple Podcasts. Just go to Apple Podcasts and type in the keyword Andrew L. Perry, and my name and my shows pop up. And please, as always, follow my show on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and iHeartRadio. Until then, this is Andrew Perry, always saying to you, shalom, let peace go with you, and I'll talk to you the next Drew Mania Live. So long, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday.